Ariana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ariana. How are you?
Pretty good. So, where did this idea come from? The movie does open up with fingernails often are a first indication of heart problems, and usually that's looked at as a very medical side, and this is looked at more of romantic and a figurative idea of what the heart is. But where did the idea come from, and why did you decide to take it this way?
I was always trying to understand what is love, and actually, I'm still trying to understand what is love. I don't think that I know what it is. And I was seeing so many people around me using all these dating apps and letting an algorithm and an AI decide about them, about the perfect match. And actually, they were all swapping right or left with their finger and their nail in order to find true love. And at the same time, I think that also our cell phones, because we're going so much through technology, and in general, love goes through screens right now and not through eyes. I mean, we're not seeing people in their eyes anymore, but we're seeing people through our screens. I feel that that's why we wanted also to make a comment about how the cell phones are the extensions of our fingers. And in general, even the wedding ring, that it's like a proof about love and what we are trying to show in the movie with the in-love certificate, and that people are trying to prove love when love is something that you need to work on it every day, and it's something so instinctive. So for all these reasons, we were trying to make a movie about fingernails and to take something from the fingers. And then when we searched if there is any connection between fingernails and sorry, if there is, yes, any connection between fingernails and heart, we found this scientific fact.
Oh, do you think you were talking about dating apps and even people will find out each other's birth times and place and do an astrological chart to see if they're meant to be? Do you think if this test actually existed that some people would take the test?
I think that probably yes. I hope that they will not take the test, but I think that yes. But in general, the whole test is, I mean, it's a symbolic way to talk about the uncertainty of love and about how people are looking to prove things that sometimes don't even need to prove it, because, as I said, love is something very instinctive. And at the same time, the whole thing about the test is about how we're all trying to go through technology to find answers about our own emotions and our own feelings, when that is something that definitely we should stop doing it. I mean, it's not that I'm against exactly the dating apps, but I am against, actually. I am. I cannot be more against. So
Yes. A lot of times in sci-fi movies, they're set in like this dystopian future. There's silver everywhere. But in this one, the only thing that is different is that this test exists. Why did you decide to explore it in a more grounded sense?
Because first of all, I don't think that the movie is science fiction. I mean, I know that that's how we're also trying to promote it, but for me, it's an allegory. It's a fable about our life. It's something that it talks about. It's a movie about. It's an allegory about love, and it's something. And since love is timeless, we wanted to create something timeless, and also to avoid completely the whole technology, because in that way, I mean, all the references in the movies are from the previous almost century. I mean, I think that the last reference that we have in the movie is Notting Hill, and because Hugh Grant is the only one who knows what is love. And so we wanted to have that feeling of timeless, and at the same time to keep only one technological device in the film, which is the test machine, because everybody goes there in order to find real answers, and which is the crazy thing.
Yes, I love how you said it was a fable, because especially the ending, which we won't talk about, it definitely is very fable-like, and fables tend to be a bit dark and extreme when it comes to learning a lesson. But for directing, how did you come up with the idea of what the testing would actually look like? Because it's actually very painful, and then the machine is kind of like this microwave.
We decided to make it like a microwave because sometimes also you have to cook to find love. So, and we wanted to create that, as I said, the feeling of timeless, but at the same time to keep only this machine as the only technology in the whole film. And for sure we were trying to, I mean, I know that it feels painful maybe to see it, even if, to be honest, I think that we approach it in a, I think that especially people, when they're trying to avoid, if they will see it, they will realize that we're showing less than we could show, or in general, we try to approach it in a gentle way, because for me, it's more, we're trying more to make equal the physical pain with the pain of love, and how sometimes you have to sacrifice something in order to feel something real. And you have to be a little bit in pain in order to feel something real.
Yeah, it was visually, I didn't see all of it, because just the idea of it, I was like, I know I can't handle it. But that also is a part of a movie experience, and the lengths that people will go, not just for love, but to prove to others that they're in love. It's very interesting. So the movie also, they have a lot of exercises they do to develop and prove their love. How did you come up with the exercises, and which one's your favorite?
We try to create different exercises in order to show a little bit like how people are going right now also through couple therapies, in order to improve their relationship, but at the same time, we are trying also to make a comment about all the stereotypical things about love, because, for example, rain makes people feel romantic. So I don't know, probably all the British people are romantic, or the French is the most erotic language, which is not, for sure. And all these things that we have heard about love, and we believe that love is somehow like this. But my favorite, to be honest, and the only one that in the film I feel that it makes sense, and I would love one day to do it probably, is the sniffing scene, because I think that I would love to find, it's a little bit crazy if you will think that you are with a person 24/7, and maybe you cannot recognize or smell around among other people how they smell. So it's all these small things, even the one that they're painting each other, it's a little bit like how we don't even remember some details of the people that we are together. And yeah, so we were trying to show things like that.
Yeah, it's funny because it's kind of like, if you asked a lot of people really quickly, like, oh, is your partner left or right-handed? They would have to like think about it for a second. It's just like
100%. 100%. If you will tell them about details on their faces or something, or where, for example, they have a mole in their arm or somewhere, they will say that, oh yeah, they have somewhere, but I don't remember where exactly. It's like, so definitely we don't remember details like this.
yes. The idea also, the movie also comes up with the idea of if it's possible to love two people at the same time. You yourself, do you think it's possible?
Of course, we can love as many people as we can. I mean, and I'm not talking about polyamorous relationship. I'm talking about how, for example, I think that in general we can love. I mean, and also there are different ways of love, different ways of being in love with people, and yeah, I think that we can definitely fall in love with whoever we want. I mean, nobody can judge that. Nobody can tell us, no, you cannot do it.
True. Why do you think Anna is attracted to Amir, and why is she attracted to Ryan?
Why she wasn't attracted to Amir and she was
No,
attracted to
why
Ryan?
is she attracted to both of them?
I think that, first of all, she's attracted to Ryan. And we haven't seen the beginning of their relationship, but we're seeing where they are right now, that they are in a little bit, let's say, settled into routine in their relationship. And you feel that she's trying to work more on it than Ryan. But she still loves him. She still has feelings for him. But at the same time, she tries to understand if these feelings are real, and if these feelings are something that she has developed because of the test that they did together. She has developed because she is trying to prove something to herself, or if it's because it is completely real. And at the same time, I think that she sees on Amir a guy who has very similar interests with her and very similar approach in terms of love, because he's also, they're a little bit like two desperate lost souls in this world, that they are trying to understand the world around them and also to understand their own emotions. And I think that's why they're connected. And I think that's why also, we cannot spoil it, but the ending shows that there are two people that they're trying to find something real.
Yes. And I think the test also can be like a metaphor for how some people act when things become official, whether it's being married or have a title, because once Ryan takes the test, it seems as if he becomes a bit complacent. It's just like, well, we're in love. It's proven. I don't really have to try as much anymore because we're already in love. And I feel like that can often happen in real life, that once you're officially with a person, or if you're married, that you stop trying and stop being as interested because you kind of feel like you've passed the finish line. Was that something you had in mind when developing Ryan?
You couldn't describe it better, because it's exactly this. I mean, for me, it was exactly, and that's why I said earlier that, I mean, even when we're saying about the wedding ring, that the in-love certificate that they're taking, the 100%, it feels for me like a wedding. So it feels like how you are trying to prove. And for me, a wedding, it's also a way to prove to everybody your love. But love is not something that you have to prove to everybody. Love is something you have to prove to your partner and to yourself. And that's what Anna is missing in that relationship. And that's what Ryan feels secured, because he has this wedding ring, the in-love certificate, I mean, in his hands. So he believes that since he proved it, he doesn't need to prove it again. He doesn't need to risk again. But love is something that you just need to risk in order to feel it.
Is that why you kind of made it that some people would retest? Because, well, love can change, obviously. You can kind of fall out of love, that you might have to keep retesting, or people need to be reassured in different ways. And in this way, through this test, that, oh, we're still working through it. We're still in love. We're still, quote unquote, meant to be.
Exactly. That was the reason why they're retesting, and some people are trying to throw away some doubts, or they're trying to be sure about their own decisions. And but at the same time, there are the people that they don't want to risk anymore. So they are feeling so secured into that place and so safe. But yes, it's I don't know. I mean, love is something that I don't think that even we can analyze in a way, because it's something so elusive. It's something that we cannot even put it in our hand. It's something that we only feel. And the way that we tried in general to approach it in the film is to ask and to create, even in a subtle way and even in a symbolic way sometimes, even in all these questions around love, and all these questions around how we are dealing with love, especially nowadays, and with the extensive use of technology, and how people are trying to find sometimes answers that, when actually there are no answers, there are only feelings, and you just need to feel it and not look for an answer for it.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for talking to me about this film, and congrats on its wider access. And I would love to talk to you about future projects, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ariana. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good day, or I don't know where you are, but
I'm in Detroit, Michigan, so it's day. It's 3:00 p.m.
It's still day. Okay, so have a great day still.
Okay, you have a great 24-hour period. Awesome. You have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
bye-bye.